Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. It's Tuesday morning, and we have got some news coming down the line from Plarium. We have got a champion rebalance teaser to get into, so I will let you know exactly what is going on with those changes and what I think about them. Plus, we will get you a general wrap-up in-game, and finally, after almost a week, I am seeing offers again, so I can grade those for you. It's been a few videos since I was able to go over offers. It sounds like some people's accounts were randomly bugged. I saw some people in the comment section saying the same thing, that they weren't seeing offers either. So, gonna be a wrap-up video of the balance changes and then everything going on right now for Raid Shadow Legends. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, let's go ahead and pull up the rebalance teaser link here that was posted on Raid Shadow Legends official Discord server. Under the announcement section, they linked to this. So it says rebalance teaser: the scales of cosmic balance shift once more, and the strength of champions waxes in strict accordance with its demands. Okay. Rotos, the Lost Room, Scholar Vargal, and Blood Gorge are due to receive skill changes tomorrow. So it's going to be going live in-game soon. And then here are the details. Okay, so first up with Rotos, the only change that's going to be happening is decreasing max HP of bosses by 30% of the damage that his Vitality Plunder inflicts, so getting a little bit of a boost there instead of the 20%. And then Skull Vargal is going to be getting the cooldown reduced to 4 from a default of 5 before, and when attacked is going to decrease the attacker's max HP by 2.5% instead of 5%. I don't know why we needed to do that on Skull Vargal, but okay. And then Blood Gorge getting a base speed increase to 98. So obviously, this is very disappointing for a balance patch. Whenever I see something like this come through, I start to rub my hands together. You got to be kidding me. Like, yes, it's going to be a great day. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to have 15 champions changing. Finally going to be worth building. We're going to get buffs to champions that need it. And then you see this, and this is more of like a boss patch for enemy max HP. This isn't a rebalance. So definitely disappointing, but let's at least go through this individually so we have full context of the changes that are occurring. So first up with Rotos, the Vitality Plunder, you can see right here, right in the middle of this second paragraph, it says does not decrease bosses max HP. But then on the balance changes down here, if I can find it there with my mouse, okay, decrease the max HP of bosses by 30% of damage inflicted instead. So we definitely have a change where it used to not function at all versus bosses, whereas now it will decrease by 30% of the damage inflicted. So definitely some situations where that could be useful for Rotos and Vitality Plunder because it does hit decently hard. Then for Skull Vargal, the Abyssal Clutch is going to be the A3 right here. And this is going to be the AoE ability that decreases attack. And the default cooldown is 5 turns and it books to 4. We told them right out the gate that this needs to be bookable to a 3-turn cooldown. And then 2 years later, they're finally going to be doing that. So it's going to be starting as a default of a 4-turn cooldown and then booking to a 3-turn cooldown if you're willing to invest 5 books into the A3 here. So it'll be a lot more consistent attack down, and it's definitely a change that that Vargal needed. And then also the Horrific Foe is going to be the passive right here. And you can see it is a similar story to Rotos, where in this first paragraph it says does not work against bosses, but then down here it is going to be saying decrease the max HP of bosses by 2.5%. So what this is going to be, that we're getting a little bit of adjustment to make some of this max HP stuff work against those boss fights, increasing the utility of some of these champions in those situations. And then lastly, unfortunately lastly, there's only 3 things. But down there on the bottom right, you can see Blood Gorged base speed increased to 98, and it was 90 before. So definitely a change that needed to happen. 90 is just too low to be a legendary, especially one as niche as a Blood Gorge. Now, Blood Gorge was already actually adjusted once. I believe, gosh, I don't remember exactly what it was because this is like a year and a half, 2 years ago. But I think his A2 used to attack 4 times at random or 3 times at random or something. Now it's an AoE put 1 skill on cooldown, and he's kind of like a Force Affinity Rotos in terms of attacking one enemy, hitting super hard, ignoring defense, and then blocking revive. So Bloodgorge does have a niche in the game for doing cooldowns of your enemies and ignoring defense, having an ability that can kind of snipe and hit super hard and block a revive. And now he'll be a little bit better, getting that 8 more speed up from 90 to 98. So yeah, that is it for the balance changes. Unfortunately, I got super excited when I saw that post, and I thought we're going to be getting a lot of sorely needed buffs to champions. But it looks like it's going to be more of a max HP adjustment to providing some utility against boss fights, and then randomly throwing in a speed boost for Bloodgorge. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. Always enjoy hearing your opinions on changes as well and talking about that in future videos. Now, just to get you quickly caught up on what is going on in game, using this video as an opportunity to keep pace with that. This weekend, we're probably going to be having some sort of shard event revolving around a guaranteed champion or a 10x, because we had a 2x last week. The rotation, as you know, goes 2x, 10x, 2x, 10x. So the next 2x will be for voids. It goes in alphabetical order: ancient, sacred, void, and we just had 2x sacreds a few days ago. So keep an eye on that in terms of the shard rotation. Your next CVC, well, now I'm dealing with pop-ups again. Come on, we had a few days not dealing with that, but now we're back to normal, unfortunately. Okay, so anyway, the next CVC will be live on Tuesday. We'll probably have this week off, and then in about exactly a week from now, we'll be getting the next CVC launching, and we'll also have a fusion event launching for the new Fragment Summon Champion event that is going to be starting next week. Now, I did some polling within the community and stuff, and it seems like the community consensus is around a C+, which is kind of what I agree with, what I said in my video. Most people are kind of like, meh. I mean, he's not the worst legendary in the game, but he could definitely use some adjusting to make him a little bit more hype worthy. So yeah, C+, somewhere in there is going to be the fusion event starting on next week to go ahead and get after. Now, I do recommend going for legendaries if it's realistic for you to do so, if you've got the resources. Don't break the bank. This guy isn't Siffy, but do try, because you never know when champions are going to get rebalanced or what content is going to come out. So definitely go for it if it makes sense for you to do so, even though he seems a little bit meh right now. And we also just got a new batch of clan quests, so make sure and jump in there and coordinate with your clan to go ahead and take some of these quests to earn your clan XP and get some tokens to spend in that clan shop. Oh geez, I forgot how good I had it without these offers popping up constantly. I didn't know, you know, you don't know what you're missing until it's gone. And you know, I didn't have offers popping up for a week. I got used to not having these pop-ups constantly, but we're back, unfortunately. Okay, so under tournaments, we've got the Spider tournament going on right now. I'm probably going to do a video later on today, because this is a special tournament revolving around the Tellurians, which is the top row of the factions in the index. I think it's Bannerlord, Sacred Order, High Elves, and Barbarians is going to be the Tellurians. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the teams that I'm going to be using, and maybe some high-end and budget options as well. Champion trading tournament going on right now, but really, the only thing noteworthy is the core hammers. And again, like I said, with the fusion starting, you might want to be a little bit careful on some of this stuff. But the Spider tournament might be a good opportunity to win some Relentless gear if people aren't going crazy. Unfortunately, it looks like there's already at least one person that's willing to go crazy in the Spider tournament. So, like, what I like to do is I like to see if everybody's under 1,000 about at this point, then I'm like, okay, I might be able to go ahead and win this cheaply. But it looks like I've already got somewhere around 1 to 3 people that are willing to go hard on this. So for me personally, it might be worth it just to skip it, because there really isn't like a Void Shard, Sacred Shard, Legendary Book, or anything over here on the right side in terms of guaranteed rewards. It's mostly just a fight for some Relentless gear and some charms. But anyway, we'll have to see. I'll monitor it and keep an eye on your group as well. And then tomorrow we'll be getting a Ice Golem tournament. And then today is going to be the last day of the Fire Night tournament, but there's really nothing special to talk about for the Fire Night tournament, unfortunately. So now let's go under the events tab. And there's a couple things worth noting here, because today we have got the Artifact Enhancement event ending, and you can never really go wrong upgrading artifacts. At least take stuff to level 8, level 12, see what's worth keeping on your account, and make sure you do that during Artifact Enhancement events, and that is going to be ending today. We've also got Dungeon Divers starting tomorrow. So if we go back to the Tournaments tab, you'll see that the Spider Tournament right now is going to be only going on for about a day and a half. Now, it's going to be hard to coordinate that with Dungeon Divers because that ends in 1 day and 15 hours, and Dungeon Divers starts in 15 hours. So if you do really want to min-max, if you are going to go hard on that Spider Tournament, you might want to try and wait until this Dungeon Divers is live, and then you get a little bit of time, a little bit of a window in there where you can be a little bit more efficient with your energy and double dip, getting points in both the Spider Tournament and also the Dungeon Divers. So just something to keep in mind if you are going to go crazy in the Spider Tournament, you might want to try and double dip with that Dungeon Divers. And all right, we're back. Let's go over the offers here. So we've got the 5 days of XP. Alrighty, and then we've got 350 gems. We're going to do 8 and 10 on the chicken, respectively. Okay, and then we've got 160 brews, if my math is right. 2.01. Yeah, so, way better for a beginner player, but, yeah, not that great in my opinion. Great deal mix. This is going to be... Okay, they're trying to coincide some stuff with the champion training, it looks like, and a general offer, special progress pack string. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not worth going down this rabbit hole unless you're a super high spender, and then probably not worth it to pay $10 for rare stun gear. So really nothing to take super note of in the shop today, in my opinion. So that is going to do it for this video, and hopefully we get a real balance change because they come way too... There's so many champions in Raid. Some of these gacha games only have like 75 champions, and then it's fine to not have balance changes super often, but Raid's got like 600 champions. We need balance changes a lot more often than we get them, even if it's just number tweaks, things like Blood Gorge, tweaking his speed, things like that, simple things that can help make more options viable and make more counters exist and just increase the life of the game and the longevity of the community in terms of what champions they're excited about. I hope we get a real balance change soon. This was more of a boss max HP adjustment type thing as opposed to a rebalance patch or something. So hopefully one of those is coming down the road, and it is time for me to head on over to stream. I will be live for the next few hours if you want to come say hi. A link is down below in the pinned comment indicating if I am still live or not. And I'll also try to get a video out later today about the Spider Tournament going on if your group makes sense to go after, so you can get a team ready to double dip for Dungeon Divers and hopefully go after some of that relentless gear. But that is going to do it for me on this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.